All right, guys. So I'm going to do the recap for today. Brian is also here with me. So we had a really good day on JD. I had a really good day on JD. That was one of the best trades that I did. So JD was gapping down 5% today, and opened really weak. I took it for a 1 minute opening range breakdown. I put a much better entry, would have been around 67.92, but I got something at 67.70. It did drop to the low of the pre-market, but it really didn't break the 67.50, and I just didn't like the fact that it's really holding this area. So I covered my short here, and then this one closed as a doji, and I just flipped my position to the long at 67.63, went all the way up to 68.83. I was expecting it to go to 69, but it did bounce back and it stopped me out at the break even. So that's essentially the trade that I did. Again, I was hoping really to expect, so that's my short trade, and then that's when I flipped to position to the long. I was really expecting it to go back to 69, but I have a rule that when the stock is coming into your break-even point, so that's your entry. When the stock is coming to your break-even point, you just get out of it. In this particular case, really squeezed back up to 69. I kind of got the feeling that it's gonna go back up, but I just didn't want to risk it to hold it overnight. Over my break-even point. Brian also went short above the VWAP. It came down and it just kind of affected my feeling as well. So I said, maybe it's not gonna really go back down. But it's better to get a stopped out at the break even rather than to just hold it in case that it's gonna go back up, because sometimes it's really going down. Sometimes when you're sticking to a rule, it's painful, but don't get into the habit of not breaking your own rules, because it's just in the long term, sticking to your rules really helping you. So Brian, you did the short up here at the above the VWAP, yeah?
That's right. Yeah. Came back down. I kind of figured it was a bit of a squeeze there. It was kind of an aggressive rising devil. I mean, it sold off and then really squeezed back up again.
Yeah.
And so I figured it was a short, and then but then it made a higher low. You can see the higher low on the chart.
Yeah.
So once that happened, yeah.
So while I personally don't have a trade book to go long on a weak stock, going long just below the VWAP, I don't have a trade book for this. This one was more like a gut feeling trade, just based on experience that I realized that, okay, this is not going to really sell off, and I'm covering my short, and then there is a lot of shorts like me that they have to cover, and that squeeze was exactly the same situation that a lot of shorts needed to cover. So that was, again, this was a trade that I don't have really a trade book on it, but it's just more like understanding the price action and making the decision based on the price action, and it did work in this time. Another trade that we did was AMC. I traded AMC really well at the open. So, AMC was gapping up. It was in our scanner at the, new high, new beat. And, at the open, it was really setting up for a really nice 1 minute opening range breakup. But it did sell off, came back up. I jumped in a little bit too early in the trade, and that's something that I really shouldn't have done that. I have a rule that do not trade for the first minute. So, but I just jumped in too early, but a small size. I was expecting it to maybe, came down, hold the VWAP, maybe it's going to explode after that. So I just went long, and it really didn't, it just didn't really start a 1 minute opening range breakup. So I got out. So that was my stupid trade that I really shouldn't have there, because I absolutely have no trade book on it, and really never set up for a 1 minute opening range breakup, although a stock was gapping up. It came down to below the VWAP and then suddenly squeezed up. The volume picked up on it. The time and sales was growing. And then I decided to go long here at 38 for the breakup high of the day. Now setup was ready for a 1 minute opening range breakup. Even though this one is at the minute number 5, still is a 1 minute opening range breakup plus a 5 minute opening range breakup. When you look at the 5 minute opening range breakup, you see that it just turned out to be a really nice 5 minute opening range breakup. 38 popped up to 38.80, and then it did a consolidation, came back. I saw the pullback is being bought back up. I added more at 38.93, popped up to 38.53. And then it just came back down, and that was my average here. So by the way, because I added, that was my average at 38.33. It did pass my average point, and I lost a little bit of profit here because I wasn't just watching it, and it just the drop was so fast. And yeah, after that was a little bit jerky. I think I traded a few more times. Yeah, here. So I traded one more time after the squeeze of the VWAP. Some sort of a ABCD pattern, went long, sold some, got stopped out at the break even, and then this trade was the bad trade that I did. After that I just got long. I chased it a little bit, dropped, I added more, and I got out eventually at the break even. But this was a horrible trade that I did. I really shouldn't have traded that. And now it's squeezing back up again. So AMC, as you see, is squeezing back up. Yeah, so it's gonna, this volume is like a shorter squeeze, but I really shouldn't trade that anymore. So what did you do on that, Brian? Did you trade it?
AMC, I kind of followed you on the trade, and I was in and out of it fairly quickly. So, but it was, for me, it was just a late entry. So yeah. Late entries, just have to approach them more like a scalp. So.
Apple was also a trade that really run up. All-time high is near 150. It had a really nice run up, and I tried to do a ABCD pattern here, consolidation for the break of 150, and it didn't work the first time. Second time, I thought that it's gonna go up. I got stopped out, and so these two times I lost on Apple because it's just trying to catch this break of 150, and then I did a 920 trade on it that both Brian and I, but that didn't work out either. So because it was a strong move in 45 minutes, it came to the 20 moving average on 2-minute chart. We went long. This was a good sign that this doji, so we went long, and we were expecting it to go back up for the high of the day. It didn't, and we got stopped out. It came back from the VWAP, but it seems that it really doesn't have enough momentum today. Or maybe the market, the QQQ is also, the market is really not that strong. So maybe that's also something that.
Yeah. The only thing that's up right now is at this point is the IWM, and it's well off its high.
Yeah, IWM went up, but it just is rejecting this level. So I don't know if IWM wants to stay strong or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it pretty much. The AMC trade was really good, although I messed around a little bit here, but that trade was really nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bitcoin went back up a little bit because of the Amazon news at 38. So it was really down to 29,000, suddenly popped up. So all the Bitcoin people who are holding now, they think that I told you so. But in reality, you don't know this kind of moves happening and how it's going to happen. Yeah. So everyone is a great trader when the trade moves in in their direction.
Your direction, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
What else? So JD, we did that. Neo did some trade. Did you trade anything else, Brian?
I did a trade on QCOM. That sell-off. That dropped. It almost made it to the previous day close. I was actually watching QCOM from my swing trade video. If you watched, you caught that. I thought QCOM actually looked like it was breaking out, so I had it on sort of secondary watch because I was watching for a bit of a pullback to see if I could get an entry, but it really got a big pullback, all the way almost down to yesterday or Friday's close. So I took it long, and got it back up to the 9 moving average, and it did actually finally break out here.
All right.
So that's it. Yeah.
Excellent. So I think that's pretty much it. We do have the Alaska meetup, guys, on August 13th to 20th. No, probably Norm is coming. I'm going. Probably Brian and Peter. They said they might come. So if anyone wants to, make a trip up there, we have a couple of traders up there. It would be nice to go some hiking and fishing, just hanging out together. We're gonna probably stay in a hotel or Airbnb, and then we do day trips here and there. So Jared, what did you do? You did some stuff on AMC. Anyways, thank you so much, guys.
All right, guys. I got to run. Yep.
Yeah, I got it.
Have a good day, and I'll be back on a little later.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Okay. See you, everybody. Bye for now.